in Kenya scheduled to take place between 4th to 6th of September will tackle issues to do with debt repayment to avoid African countries from going into debt distress. The Cabinet Secretary for Environment and Forestry, Honorable Soipan Tuya, has confirmed that Kenya is in the process of finalizing preparations for the summit that will host at least 50 heads of state from different countries. The summit comes at the backdrop of poor climatic changes that have affected the country.
As Kenya gears towards Africa Climate Change Summit set to take place between 4th and 6th of September this year, the debate about the balance between industrialization and a cleaner environment is likely to take center stage from stakeholders at the summit. The Cabinet Secretary for Environment and Forestry, Soipan Tuya, hinted on the need for Africa to have a new global financial architecture going forward.
To have sufficient capital wiggle room to conduct adaptation and mitigation interventions for climate change as a result of debt. The Africa Climate Summit will make proposals to have multinational development banks reconsider how they deal with Africa's debt to avoid African countries and countries in the global south from going into debt distress.
Up to now, at least 9,000 delegates in and outside the country have confirmed their attendance. Also, 50 heads of states are expected to attend the summit as part of soldiering African nations towards addressing the climate conditions that has affected different countries. In a report read by the Cabinet Secretary Soipan Tuya,
and this will involve discussions around the lopsided risk factor parameters applied in the current funding towards climate action and development. The summit is fashioned more as a trade and development summit with Africa's resources and opportunities at the fore, with Africa being the global solution provider on climate change.
The United Nations estimates that over the last 2 decades, at least 1.2 million people have lost their lives in 7,348 disasters in the world. The summit is coming few months before the COP28 conference that will be happening end of this year.
And this action plan will be launched at the summit. So in terms of the resources that we have mobilized to date, we have a budget of 26 million US dollars, and we have already mobilized about 12 million US dollars for the summit.
Paul Kirobi, TV 47, Nairobi.